Have you ever left your car at a repair shop and wondered what's really happening behind those closed garage doors? You're not alone, and the truth might shock you. In this video, we're going behind the scenes to expose what bad mechanics do when no one's watching. Real stories, dirty tricks, and practical advice that could save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. This isn't just about calling out the bad guys. It's about protecting you, especially if you're someone who doesn't know much about cars. By the end of this video, you'll know what red flags to watch out for, what scams to avoid, and how to find a mechanic you can actually trust. So let's dive in. Here are the 10 most shocking things bad mechanics do behind closed doors. 10. They fix what was never broken. One of the oldest tricks in the book, charging you for repairs that never actually happened. Some mechanics will tell you they replaced your air filter, changed your brake pads, or flushed your coolant, but never touched a thing. They bank on the fact that most people won't check. There was one woman who brought her car in for an oil change. When she got home, her dashboard warning light was still on. A family friend checked the dipstick bone dry. That oil change she paid for? Never happened. This isn't just dishonest, it's dangerous. Lesson: always ask for the old parts back. It puts pressure on the mechanic to actually do the work, and gives you proof. 9. They upsell unnecessary services. Here's how it goes. You take your car in for a tire rotation. Next thing you know, the mechanic comes back with a long list. Engine flush, fuel injector cleaning, transmission service, none of which were on your radar. One guy shared that he was quoted $1,200 worth of work when all he needed was a $50 alignment. Some of these services sound scary, like your transmission is burning out, but often they're just padding the bill. Tip: always get a second opinion. And if something feels rushed or overly urgent, hit the brakes literally. 8. They use cheap or recycled parts. Let's say you paid for a new alternator. A shady mechanic might install a used one from the junkyard instead and pocket the difference. These parts can fail quickly, leaving you back at square one. There's even a term for this in the industry: repair and replace, where bad shops repeatedly fix your car using subpar parts so you keep coming back. One man replaced the same radiator 3 times in 2 years because his shop was using recycled parts and charging him full price. Advice: ask for brand names and part numbers, and don't be afraid to inspect the packaging or request documentation. 7. They hide the real problem. Some mechanics intentionally don't fix the real issue, at least not right away. They patch something minor, charge you, and then wait for you to come back with a new problem. Except it's the same one, just worse. This is known as the comeback trap. The shop gets more business out of you by keeping your problem alive. One woman shared her story online. Her check engine light kept coming back on. After 3 visits, she found a new shop that discovered a cracked sensor the first one never touched. Lesson: a good mechanic wants to solve the issue. A bad one wants to extend it. 6. They inflate labor costs. Ever wonder why a simple job takes 4 hours at $120 an hour? That's labor inflation, and it's a common trick. Some shops use flat rate billing, meaning they charge for hours of labor, regardless of how long it actually takes. One customer was charged 3 hours for a battery change. The actual time? 15 minutes. Shops justify it by saying it's the book rate, but bad ones abuse this to make a profit on easy tasks. How to protect yourself: ask for a breakdown of labor and parts. If something seems off, don't be afraid to question it. 5. They perform phantom repairs. This one's bold. A phantom repair is when you're charged for a job that was never even started. No parts, no labor, just a line item on your bill. It happened to a man who paid $300 for a belt replacement. A week later, the belt snapped. When he confronted the shop, they swore it was a faulty part. Another mechanic revealed the original, worn belt was still installed. Simple fix: mark your parts discreetly before dropping your car off like a small dot with a permanent marker. If it's still there later, you'll know. 4. They intimidate customers, especially women. It's an ugly truth, but women are often targeted more by bad mechanics. They're more likely to be talked over, given vague explanations, or quoted higher prices. One survey found women were charged up to 30% more for the same service compared to men. Another woman shared that a mechanic told her, Don't worry your pretty little head. We'll take care of it. Pro tip: always go in with a written list of concerns. Ask questions confidently, and don't be afraid to bring someone with you. 3. They skip diagnostic work and guess. Some bad mechanics don't bother properly diagnosing the issue. Instead, they throw parts at the problem, hoping something works. You pay for each guess and they avoid accountability. One story involved a guy who was told he needed a new starter, didn't fix it, then a new ignition switch, still nothing. 4 parts later, the real problem was a blown fuse. He'd spent $800 on unnecessary repairs. Key takeaway: ask what diagnostic tools were used. A proper scan tool can save time, money, and frustration. 2. They clock your mileage or joyride your car. Yes, this happens more than you think. A mechanic takes your car for a test drive, but really, they're using it for errands, lunch breaks, or just for fun. One man installed a hidden dash cam and found the tech driving his car 20 miles to visit a friend. Another woman found fast food wrappers in her passenger seat. It's not just unprofessional, it's a violation of trust. What to do: record your mileage before dropping your car off, and if possible, use a dash cam or GPS tracker. You'd be surprised what you might catch. 1. They exploit your lack of knowledge. This is the root of all bad behavior. Bad mechanics depend on your lack of knowledge. If you don't know what a tie rod is, they can say it's broken. If you don't know how brakes work, they can sell you new pads when yours are perfectly fine. The worst part: some mechanics use complicated jargon to confuse you, so you agree out of fear or embarrassment. One teen driver said, "They made it sound like my car would explode if I didn't pay right away." The most important tip of all: learn the basics. You don't have to become a mechanic, but knowing how your car works gives you power. It makes you unscammable. It puts you in control. So there you have it. 10 shady tricks bad mechanics use behind closed doors. We've exposed the lies, shared the stories, and given you the tools to protect yourself. From phantom repairs to inflated labor costs, the key message is this: knowledge is your greatest defense. If this video opened your eyes, remember that not all mechanics are bad. There are honest, hardworking people in this industry. The goal here is to help you find them and avoid the ones who don't deserve your trust. So next time you walk into a repair shop, walk in with confidence, because now you know what to watch for. Want more videos like this? Hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We're just getting started.